out of 10.
All right, folks, welcome back. Now, there's plenty to unpack this morning with so many stories making headlines around the country and even the world this week. So to help break it all down, let's welcome back in Pennsylvania Congressman, member of the House Foreign Relations Committee, and the chairman of the House Freedom Caucus, Scott Perry. Congressman, we appreciate you being here this morning.
Carl, thanks so much for the opportunity. Good morning.
Oh, excellent. So, sir, always honored to have you on. Let's start with Florida, okay? A federal judge.
Sure.
I mean, you were wrapped up in this. They took your phone and
Yes,
went through it and all this stuff while you were on vacation with your kids. I mean, that's insane to me. But the federal judge has ordered the submissions of proposed redactions for the from the DOJ. Do you think we're going to get anything of any substance out of this affidavit being released once they redact stuff?
Carl, I don't think we are. I think that the judge is trying to appear to be impartial because we know that he's not impartial by his own social media posts in the past. So, you got to remember that they could literally just pick the bad things out, the things that put the president in the worst light. And of course, they devised this whole thing in the first place. And when I say that, I mean, the affidavit is all written by these people. And just let's remember, this is Biden's DOJ. These are the exact same people that lied to the FISA court to try and frame some of the people working on the Trump campaign. These are the exact same people that tried to use Crossfire Hurricane to, essentially frame the president. These are the exact same people that framed and tried to jail the director of national intelligence. These are the exact same people that tried to get four men that essentially have been acquitted now in the Governor Whitmer so-called kidnapping case. They tried to frame them and throw them to jail. These are the exact same people that are doing this, including this judge. So what do you think we can expect? I don't think we can expect anything that we can trust or believe in.
Well, yeah, they're saying, hey, just trust us, guys. And this is the problem, Congressman, is you used to, look, take it for what it will. Movies like the X-Files or action movies, it was the FBI was the pinnacle of integrity.
Yes.
And you respected them. And when the FBI came in, you were like, oh man, these guys are the professionals. Now they come in and you like half of America's like, these institutions are a joke. How do we have any credibility on the backs of them wanting to expand by 87,000, a factor of 2, to the IRS to tax low-income and middle-income Americans? I mean, how are we supposed to regain any type of trust under this administration in any of our institutions?
We're going to have to see, obviously, we're going to have to see some accountability, and we're going to have to see some impartial meting out of the law, which we have not seen for a very long time now. And what we have seen, and what you're going to see more of, unfortunately, with this 87,000 new IRS agents, is, they're going to be the muscle, right? The FBI, the Biden's Department of Justice and FBI and the IRS are going to be the muscle for the left-wing political hacks in America. And we're all going to suffer under that, especially the poorest among us with the IRS. I mean, they're just going to come down like a horde of locusts, like a swarm of locusts on the American people. And of course, you say it's funny. We used to revere these people and these institutions, and I was the same way. But it's not funny when they can throw you in jail and destroy your life, and that's what they're seeking to do to their political rivals.
Yeah, I mean, that is the problem, and they're using the process as the punishment. They don't care if it gets overthrown in court. All they care about is they made your life difficult. They bankrupted Michael Flynn because they wanted to investigate the heck out of him, and that's the problem that we see today. I have a lot of sources in the FBI, and they're good people that are honest brokers. Not all of them politically aligned to the right, and they are very nervous about the future of the FBI should President Trump take over in 2024. It appears he may announce. But that said, what do you think needs to happen to restore that integrity?
Well, obviously, we need to change leadership at the top. The rot is at the top, and then there needs to be a wholesale house cleaning at the FBI to look at their processes. And look, it's been a long time in coming, but this is the result of actually just letting this organization, this agency with this immense power, run amok. And so we have to lift up the hood and completely be willing to clean house, especially at the top, and change the systems and the processes by which, and quite honestly, potentially rein in a fair amount of their authority, because it's obviously it's not working. It's not working for most of the American tax-paying, hard-working, law-abiding citizens.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Congressman, real quick, I got a couple seconds left. Speaker Pelosi's trip to Taiwan causes a bunch of chaos. Now a bunch of other representatives have gone over there, led by Congressman Markey. So the issue here is, if we continue to do this, are we making it better or worse? I'm kind of in the middle.
Yeah. Look, unfortunately, the speaker's trip was ill-timed. She could have been making this trip for the last 10 years and couldn't be bothered. Now, all of a sudden, when tensions are potentially at their highest, she has to make it all about her. And then Senator Markey doing the same thing. The show of force, so to speak, by visiting is important, but it's too late at this point. And there's a whole lot of policy that should have preceded this to let China know, not in a so public way, that we mean business, and we're not going to let them destroy America and become the Communist Party become the dominant leader on the planet. But there were better ways and other ways of doing this than trying to slap them in the face and expect them not to respond, which is exactly what Speaker Pelosi and Senator Markey have done.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Congressman Scott Perry, we appreciate you coming on this morning.